So big black birds.
Yep.
All right, so what did you do?
Consistently winning and or topping with Blackwings.
Blackwings.
Blackwings. It's actually Blackwing Centurion hand traps.
I'm sorry. What?
We don't show it, but there's some crazy combos. I'm not gonna show the combos, but I will explain what like the synergy is. But yeah,
If enough people want the combos, we'll show it.
It's essentially just Blackwings. The ratios are a little different. The Centurion cards are in here, not that many, but the Centurion engine is in here to facilitate like a higher ceiling of play and to like disorient the opponent. Like a lot of people don't think while I'm comboing, I'm just gonna make like an Auxilla and just full combo. Like it's very off-putting. But
all right, well let's see what it is.
All right, so for the people that don't know what Blackwings are, I'm gonna give like a brief rundown of what every card does. Summoon. Summoon just banishes another Blackwing from your hand to place Black Whirlwind and then give itself an additional normal summon of itself. So if you have this and any other Blackwing, this is technically a 1-card full combo, and the only restriction is it dark locks you from the extra deck. Most of this deck does do that, but that's not a big deal. So Summoon's insane. Sudri, I call him my Blicky Bird. Sudri's insane too. So he is on normal summon. He searches any card that lists Blackwing Dragon. And then he has another effect where he tributes a monster to summon a level 2 tuner token, and then you take 7. The normal summon effect isn't once per turn though. And in Blackwings, if you know anything about Blackwings, we have like Nathung to burn in, give you 2 normals. So this like with Black Whirlwind is like a +5. It's crazy.
+5.
Then you have 3 Shamal and 3 Vada. So these are the 2 like new additions to Summoon along with Sudri. Basically, if you have any versions of like any 2-card version of these cards, you have crazy board and you can play through hand traps. But Vada sends itself and materials from deck whose levels equal 8 to summon Blackwing Dragon, so you get to send Zephyros and something else. And Shamal discards itself or sends itself from field to summon to place the like Reborn spell for Blackwings. That's also once per copy. And then it adds back a Blackwing from the graveyard. So these are like huge combo facilitators and they do so much for the deck. Then you got what I changed around, but I play 3 Chinook. Everybody,
I hate this card.
Everybody plays 1 Chinook. Conic online, Conic Gaming or whatever he calls himself. I'm sorry, I don't remember. The Blackwing guy in Europe, he's crazy. He plays 1 Chinook and I don't understand that. They play Harmon, which is the level 2 extender. I don't ever use him, summon him, search him ever. But Chinook is crazy. This card outs Desiree, outs Detonator if they don't have Cross. It outs Highway King Caesar. It outs so many cards. It does so much for the deck also. It just sends an extra deck body to the graveyard for you to be able to contact out into the Tax Dragon guy. He's so good. And he's also just a regular hand trap if you have a Dark Synchro. So if your hand's bad and you end up like Blackwing Dragon, at least you have an Imperm is how I thought about it. But this card's crazy. Then for the last 1-ups, we play 1 Sharinga and 1 Zephyros. This is just a pop in the graveyard if you have a Blackwing Synchro on the field, and it extends itself if there's a 2k plus body, and Zephyros is Zephyros. Everyone knows what Zephyros card is. This card's been out for over a decade.
Is this 2010? Where's your Kalut and your Gale?
No Kalut, no Gale, no Vayu, no nothing. It's not necessary. Maybe when I get hit with like the ultimate nuke and we go back to Sticks and Stones time, we'll do it. And then the Centurion cards. For the monsters, it's literally just 1 Trudea, 1 Primera. If you draw 1, it's not the end of the world. The worst one to draw, unfortunately, is going to be like the Primera. If you draw Trudea, it's not terrible. But if you don't draw either of these, your board's crazy. If you draw neither of these, you get to do Blazar on your turn, full Blackwing combo, plus like 2 hand traps. It's super crazy. And these cards offer you a lot of follow-up and board and blocking and stuff like that. And lastly, for the monster is 1 Assault Synchron as a small world target and extender. If you ever draw this card, you can pitch it for like stand up or put it in the graveyard. If you get nibbed, its graveyard effect banishes itself to revive a dragon. So it gives you extenders. I just don't want to play multiples because it's not a Blackwing monster. If this was a Blackwing monster, it'd be crazy.
That'd be insane, yeah.
For the spells and traps, for the Blackwing cards, it's 1 Twin Shadow, 2 Black Feather Whirlwind, and 2 Black Whirlwind.
Not 3?
Nah, not 3. We don't want to draw it.
You don't want to draw? I'm living in 2010. It's over.
This card's cool. It's fine. The only time it's really good, though, is when you like normal summon like Sudri or Shamal, because everything else in the deck is kind of small, so you can only search like 1 or 2 other things, so it kind of locks you into like linear plays. So you just want to Simoon place it, and you want the second one for follow-up. Black Whirlwind is the new card that we got a long time ago. It basically is a reborn for a Blackwing or Blackwing Dragon when you summon a Dark Synchro, and it's once per copy. So the normal combo is like you summon a monster, you reborn with this, you Zephyros bounce it, you replace it, and then you do it again. So it gives you additional cards. And then Twin Shadow is a kind of like a Tri-Brigade Revolt. It shuffles the cards back in the deck to summon a Blackwing Synchro, and you can activate it from the hand if you control 2 or more Blackwings. So this can be an extender as well. I use it a lot in my like going first 1-card combo to do like the whole Centurion big board stuff. Then for the Centurion stuff, I play 1 Phalanx, 1 Wake Up, and just 3 Stand Up. I don't play Terraforming, I don't do anything like that, because if you draw this card, it's full combo. If you don't have this card, you can make Auxilia and search it. Wake Up is what you primarily search off Chimera, and Phalanx is what you send off Wake Up to play around Nib, or you'll search this if you already have this to have an additional interruption. And it's pretty good. Just so you guys know, this is a 50-card list. This card is completely optional. You do not have to play it. I play it because I fear hand traps in this deck.
Have you seen anybody else playing the Centurion things?
It gets played in Master Duel sometimes, like when people just don't want to fully like craft Blackwings, they'll throw a Centurion engine in because maybe they already have it. But there's not a lot of TCG success with it, and it's kind of understandable why. It's kind of a big engine. The deck itself already isn't the greatest deck. Most meta decks, just for what this deck does, older meta decks could do with 1 card, and this deck used to take 2 or 3 cards. But I think it's more of like just a skill thing. It just takes practice to get good at it. I would say I've definitely gotten better at it. I could still get better at it, and that's how I think about it. And then for consistency, before we get into non-engine, just 3 Small World. Small World is a really huge thing in this deck because you need to be able to see, like I said, the Vada, the Sujri, the Shamal, the Simoons. You just want to be able to see those cards. And if you already have those cards to break boards, you can search like Chinook and stuff and just go off. Non-engine. Non-engine. So there's a lot of hand traps. If you don't like it, you can cut it down and go down to 40 something. I don't want to do that, so I'm playing all these hand traps. Play 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, 3 Crow, 2 Phantasme, 2 Veiler, and 1 Imperm.
Okay, we got some explaining to do.
No, there's no explaining. This format is terrible.
It is?
Yeah, it's not good for rogue decks. If you're not playing a meta deck, it's hard to compete in the current format, and that's unfortunate. Or you're not at least playing a tier 2 deck, it's hard to compete in the format. And this is nowhere near like a tier 2 deck.
Can you explain why Crow and Ogre and Phantasme are all more important than Imperm?
It's really just cross out. So the thought is Veiler and Imperm are the same card, and I didn't want to play an additional 3 cards to max out on 3 and 3. These cards are viable, that's great, but in this current meta, 1 Imperm just doesn't really do enough. So I chose to play 1 and 2 Veiler because I can small world these, I can't small world this. That's where that came from. Phantasme came into play here because it's my small world bridge. You can small world Ash into Phantasme into a Blackwing. You can small world Phantasme into a Soul Synchro into a Blackwing. You can small world Crow into Phantasme into a Blackwing. There's so many things you can do. Phantasme just comes up a lot. It's also really good in the mouse matchup. The only confliction with like I think cards like Phantasme and Nib is that you can't Simoon because you have to have no monsters to do it. But I'm willing to take that risk and get these cards on the field if I have to. I've had to do it where like I summon this body, I'll crash it, and then I'll go to main phase 2 and combo and play, and they just lose. Crow is way better than Bestials in this deck. Again, for the monster on the field confliction, it just sucks. But I think Crow is really good versus the Mitsugiri Razio combo. It's really good against Yubel. It's not the greatest versus Malice, but there are some cards you can use it against. You can hit the fusion that they send during the end phase. That way your spells will resolve.
The Cyber Sungate thing?
Yeah. You can do that. Whereas Bestials do the same thing, but conflict because of the Simoon restriction. Simoon isn't the end game of this deck, but I would like to have all my cards function with each other if I can. Ogre hits Duo Driver. Ogre hits Nightmare Pain. Ogre hits the Splash Mage. Sometimes it's very important for their combo. It just does so much, and I love Ogre. Ogre is a really great card. Ash is generic. There's nothing to say here, and the Nib is technically the greatest hand trap in the game paired with any other hand trap.
But I feel like so many people could just play the Nib like it's nothing.
They don't though. Like Malice folds to Nib if you hit Nib if you hit like Mouse in the right spot, and it just depends on how they're like start their hand. If they're starting with Dormouse, they don't have Striker Engine, Nib cooks. If they have Striker Engine plus the normal summon Rabbit Girl, that's different, and you gotta work accordingly. That's why I believe Ogre plus Ash, Ogre plus Nib, Ogre plus Crow, Ash plus Crow, Phantasme plus Veiler. 2 hand traps is really strong, so I wanted to up the chances of seeing hand traps. I think it's very important. But that was the list in the main deck. It's 50 cards. Just to recap, if you ever want to ask for a profile, Sudri's a 1-card combo, Simoon's a 1-card combo, Sudri plus any other Blackwing really is 2-card combo, Shamal plus Vada is combo. And when I say combo, I mean Blackwing board plus Centurion plays and a Blazer on your opponent's turn plus IP.
Biggest board.
Big board. Moving on to the extra deck. First off, shout out to Team Kwaulliti. We're back. It's been a while. We uploaded the Orcus profile, and you guys gave us a whole bunch of views. I think we're up to like 2.7. I know that's because of the Orcus hype. I also know it's because our viewers like our content, watch our content, maybe late at night, I've heard. And you guys just want something to watch and catch up on, and I appreciate it.
I'm sorry we had to leave.
Yeah, it's okay. The game started, but now we're back. I don't have to deal with triple Phantom. Starting off, double Blackwing Dragon.
All right, can you say this card's name?
No, because the one that we call it, I can't say. But Blackwing Dragon's cool. They're foreign. It has the ability to prevent effect damage by placing a counter, and then you lose the 700. That effect never matters. The damage, like the effect damage no take is cool, but like the other effect of him and stuff like that, I never use. It doesn't matter. It's just because he's a dragon, and I have to summon him off Vada. Blackwing Assault Dragon is the GOAT.
Crazy.
So it's just Tax Dragon for all my branded players. It's burn 7 for every monster effect on res. After 4 more monster effects, I contribute him, nuke the board. That's really it. And you can contact fuse him by banishing a Tuner Synchro and Blackwing Dragon from the graveyard or field. So sometimes you get on both of these, plus a Towers, plus IP, plus Auxilla, maybe a Berserker. You can do so much. For the Blackwings, I play 1 Full Armor Master, 1 Silverwind, 1 Boral Storm, and 1 Nathung. Full Armor Master is not as good as everyone thinks it is. They get scared of it until they realize playing against it, it sits there. It's a wall. You can just beat it over. You can access code it. You can just do normal Malice combo and smack it over. You can do so much with this card. The reason I make it is because I need to sometimes end on a Blackwing Synchro for my Shanga to be a live pop in the graveyard and a disruption. This card is still good. It's not what everyone thinks it is, but I would still not cut this card. This card, however, sole difference. You cannot regularly summon this card all the time. You typically use Twin Shadow, shuffle back like Zephyros plus Shamal, summon this card and pop 2 monsters and maybe get a revive off the continuous spell. That was before we started doing all this like Centurion combo line stuff where we use the trap card in the first turn and big board. Now that I do that, I don't really end up summoning him as much. I would maybe consider taking him out. But from like my pure Blackwing enthusiasts, I know they're all gonna flame me in the comments and tell me like this card's crazy. I know it is. It's just in this version, it's not everything I need it to be. And Nathung's crazy. Boral Storm is a dump, and that's wild. Dissipator, Berserker, the GOATs. Okay, this format. It's really good versus Raziel. It's not that good versus Malice. You don't want to banish Dormouse and give them a Dormouse and do all that stuff. Dissipator is nutty in the Malice matchup. Sometimes they'll go like Dormouse Chainlink 1, Whitebinder Chainlink 2. You'll Dissipator negate Whitebinder by shuffling back the Dormouse, and you turned off 2 monster summons with 1 negate. It's wild. Love Dissipator. For the Centurion stuff, it's 1 Auxilla, 1 Crimson, and 1 Blazar. That's all I play. You don't play Legatia. Your first combo, while you're going first, you will always only summon Auxilla. You can't make Legatia your Dark Locked. It doesn't matter. It does never come up. So I only feel like I need Auxilla, and you just make Crimson and Blazar on your opponent's turn. That's all you ever need to do. There are some times where you have like a Soul Dragon or Full Armor, and you tag out into Dissipator with the Crimson. But the fact that I have that option is what I like about it. So I don't feel like I need any more or any less. You could just play these. Lastly, I just play one copy of IP and one copy of SP. You don't have to play IP, but when you get into B-Root and you play all the cards I do, sometimes getting nibbed means you get a bigger board because technically the nib token is just an additional body. Like I've gotten nibbed on boards like Tax Dragon, Auxilla, and Dissipator. And I've ended with those exact same monsters plus an IP because I got an additional nib token.
See, that's I think things like that are like absolutely crazy.
And then SP is just SP. SP is good. That's the extra deck. Nothing to say there. If you guys
you don't play the Gofu?
Gofu, the main deck monster.
No, the one that's banned.
Gofu's a main deck monster.
Oh, I thought it was the same.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm talking about. See, I'm stuck in 2010, dude.
But no. If there's anything you don't understand in this extra deck, feel free to comment and I can explain. I'm always in the comments responding to you guys' things. If you don't understand why I don't want to play this card, simply ask. I can explain it in a little bit more detail in the comment section. Everything else makes sense. If I was to replace this card, I would probably replace it with like a Typhon or something like that. Onto the side deck. Typhon. I side deck Typhon. It's weird to talk about, but I want to go first in game one and have my extra deck be fully usable to me. And Typhon just kind of seemed like a dead card, the same way Silverwind is. But game two and game three, where I'm not sure how the matchup goes, how my opponent's going to make me play, I want to have the Typhon as like reassurance. I
personally love Typhon. I think Typhon is a insanely good card.
It is.
However, this format it is not as good as it was last format.
But yeah, Typhon's cool. Like I said, my only big gripe with it is that like it's kind of dead in my extra deck. You'll know from my branded profile if you ever watch that. I don't like having dead extra deck cards. I want every card to be usable, and if that's the case, this card just deserved a side deck slot in my opinion. The third Phantasme. Is simple. It's just Malice matchups. I'm scared. And so in Malice, drawing like 4 cards and putting back 3 is ridiculous. Like drawing 4 and going like nib ogre, I'm cooking. It's over. GG's. One Jerusalem, one Magnemite. I didn't want to play the Baldrake. I love Baldrake. Baldrake is my boy. Baldrake is, in my opinion, the second best bestial. But I play Phantasme, so if I don't need Druis, I'll search
That's
Phantasme.
That's going to get you destroyed in the comments saying Baldrake is
Sucks.
the second best bestial.
Sucks for them. Druis is ass. Mag is best. Baldrake is second. Druis is third.
I think Lebellion is second.
Lebellion is ass. Dissipator is honestly number 0. Like he's beyond 1. These cards are great. Even though I said the confliction sucks, I still want to play them so I have the additional like banish potential for those rogue matchups. And because sometimes like summoning a Druis Worm or a Magnemite and then summoning Vada, getting Imperm and synchroing it off into a Berserker clears an entire board by itself. 3 Lancia.
We're scared.
Malice, man. Like, I don't know. I've only lost to Malice once ever. Yeah, I lost to Malice a single time ever, and that's it. There's a tie format. I've only taken a single loss ever to Malice, and it still warrants side decking for it. Like, I'm not saying the deck is free, but drawing Lancia definitely almost surely secures that matchup unless they're playing like the Fiendsmith engine. 3 Evenly. You can get on to me in the comments. I know everyone's going to say like, oh, people make Desiree, yada, yada, yada.
I support this.
In my deck, preferably, and in all my other teammates' decks, a lot of people see all the special summon spam that we do. We don't play that many spells. We don't play that many cards you need to negate, so they go for like High Wave King. And then I just drop an Evenly. And then you keep a High Wave King, that's fine. I can play through that. I'll make a Typhon and balance it. Yeah, I'll give you 0 cards. I got, like you just said, I'll normal summon Sudri. I'll search Chinook. I'll Chinook it, and then I'll summon Vada, and then you're just cooked.
That's why I hate fucking Chinook, because it's such searchable imperm. It's just it's too good.
But no, Evenly is nutty sometimes. Just in my deck, if you don't like Evenly, change it to Dark Ruler. Just play a Board Breaker. And then going first, I play 3 Crossouts, 1 Call By, and then I would play this card. I might change it. The Centurion Counter Trap. The thought was you can search this with Auxilla and phase put a Centurion monster to set up an Omni Negate to protect yourself through hand traps. It's cool, but then I think about it and I'm like, well, I could also just be making a Blazar and have an Omni Negate, so it kind of seems self-redundant.
But you can't like Blazar Dark Ruler, so I guess I should Dark Ruler out.
I mean, sure, that's understandable, but I think if I were to replace this, I would replace this with the 1 copy of Droll in my side deck or something, so I don't just lose the Droll and I have to cross out and call by for Droll. Mm-hmm. But besides that, this is cool. But that was the deck. working on trying to convince myself to take it to an event if I ever do. I might pull out Minidium for all my Minidium kings that love it. Or I might just play just something bad. I don't know.
I might play Dust-Ons.
Oh, I don't know if I'm like that. But that's the profile. Again, birds are cool. I'm not saying they're the best deck. It's definitely a fun deck to give a try for all my budget players who want to do something different. This deck is definitely, you could build this deck for under $100 easily. And you can win with it 100%. It just takes a lot of testing, a lot of practice, and a lot of commitment because I'm losing it right now.
Also, just saying, no Fualos, no Perulia.
No Fualos, no Perulia, no Thrust, no Talents, no Fiendsmith Engine.
And still winning.
Yeah, I mean, shit, play an Adventure Engine if you want to. Do what you want with this deck. This deck is kind of just throw it at the wall and play. You can play Bestial Spam if you want to. Do what you want. But that was Profile, guys. Shout out to Team Kwaulliti. Shout out my locals, Thunderforge Gaming. Shout out to you guys for watching and giving me views. It makes me young again.
Young.
Yeah, and that's it.
All right, man. Well, appreciate the profile.
Woo!